Hey guys, I'm just getting set up here. We'll be starting properly in a moment. Taking a look at the new DLC content. I just need to get my chat set up so I can see what's going on. Good. Dismiss that. Looks like we're running. I should probably also do a sound check to make sure I'm not too quiet on all of this. Yeah, I might as well do a sound check. I think that's a good idea. Since I do have music on, normally I have it turned down. Say Stream Manager, that'll do. It turned down. That sounds good, perfect. We can work with that. Alright, now I just need to advertise my channel to actually get some viewers and we're good to go. And then I'll see if I can hop into a game with anyone or we'll see what's going on. Otherwise, we can poke around and see if I can hop into a game with... Go away, duplicate sound. Good stuff. Okay. Okay, I think I've advertised everywhere. Good. OBS looks good. Overlay. Go away, overlay. Alright. Now, what information can I bring up on screen? I haven't had way too much time to look at this, but I had a bit of time today, made a short YouTube video as well. So I can show you some stuff already. Swap that over there. Maybe I need to scoot it over a bit. Finagle this a bit. Notepad Classic. Scoochify. At. Yeah, that'll do. What other information do we want to pull up on screen? We can pull up Advanced Genie Editor afterwards, if we need it. Disable that. Yeah, so actually what I'm going to do first... Well, I can show off the map vote thing. That's real fast. So the map poll vote is now on the multiplayer screen here. And the UI is set up so that you can see 9 maps all at once. And so that you don't see the votes until after the vote is done. Which is good stuff. And we have our new cliffs, which is basically the main thing that for map scripting that's interesting, in addition to the new yurts, maybe. Also, this mule cart. the mule cart is going to be quite interesting too. For anyone who's listening to this now or looking at the rec later, if you place the new fortified church, it doesn't... You can't train anything from it. That's even if you place it for someone who's playing as Georgians or Armenians. Similarly, if you place this in a map script, you have the same issue. So what you need to do is place a monastery. And then if I change player 1 to one of those civs, maybe it'll change. Yeah, that's what happens. So you want to place a monastery, not a fortified church. This thing is pretty cool. We're going to test that in a game in a moment, I'd say. Let me just see if there's any sort of... Maybe we can spectate something for a bit. That might be fun. Until we have enough people here asking questions. Because I can show you guys whatever you want, but if you don't say anything, then I don't have too much to show you. There are no new terrains. There is the option to do these 2 other cliff types. You can, in the scenario editor, grab them all here, and they fit nicely with snowy terrains or desert dirt terrains. You have the individual bridge parts in smaller sections that you can mess with, which is cool. You have a couple new heroes for the campaigns, of course. Nothing too revolutionary. Let's see if we can spectate. Let's see if anyone's streaming that we can spectate or join. Very sad. Might just have to play against the AI then. In that case, let's just have some fun. Let's do standard, normal, high resources, sure, why not? Let's not do this. Let's pick something fun. What have we got? There's something specific I'm looking for. Yes, Nomad? This. And, you know, what the heck. No, we'll do 4 players. Yeah, let's do that. Just for a bit, so we can mess around. And I'm also going to hide the Notepad Classic window. There we go. I can also look at the tech tree once anyone wants to see that. We could even do that right now because basically we're probably safe. So let's gather these pigs while we look at the tech tree. So, infantry naval civilization, mule carts, cost less and are more effective. First fortified church gives a relic. Barracks units 1 age earlier. We can see that right here. So we have a castle age champion, or feudal longswords. Doesn't apply to men-at-arms though. Also actually a halberdier here is pretty nice. But do we have any blacksmith reasons? Oh no, we don't. This is, like I said, I haven't had too much time in detail to look at it. This is actually quite nice. It's a barracks. Galley line fires 2 projectiles. Then we have 2 unique units. We have a ship-based bonus. And we have basically an infantry, more infantry bonuses here. So, give you guys a peek at the tech tree. The infantry looks actually quite promising, considering that you get it earlier. Like just the swordsman line. You get it earlier. It has extra HP. in Imperial, mind you. It's fully upgraded as far as I can tell. Yeah, that's pretty good. This guy pierces armor, or ignores armor, which is interesting. And then the warrior priest is also trained at basically the monastery replacement. It can collect relics. It can't convert though, but it has attack, like it's an actual infantry unit. And this thing allows villagers and monks to garrison inside for protection, and villagers as well as relics cause it to shoot arrows. I don't think it shoots arrows if it doesn't have any in there. Alright. That's why the tech tree is so wide, because these two are replaced by the mule cart. Yeah. So the mule cart serves as a sort of universal drop-off site. And can move around. Get one more. Should build a house. Send this guy to auto scout. Oh, looks like we have a transport ship. Oh, did I play on tiny? Ooh, this could be tricky. Let's build one of these mule carts. Like, if we wanted... Where would we want to put it? Like, if we wanted to get some shorefish or something? Just put it on a tree for now. I'm gonna keep an eye on if other people are doing like a free-for-all or something that I can join, or just something I can spectate. But if not, we'll just play around here a bit. Like, I should be able to move out to the hunt as well with this. We're gonna try that, actually. Like, if I tell this guy to move, say, to the deer, and we grab... Send those villagers on wood. We're gonna grab all of these. Go hunt. Can I task this to deer? Oh, I can. Let's go. I need houses. Rip. Just playing around here though, so that's fine. This should also actually follow... Like, you can task it to a resource and it will keep moving along with it. So it'll move along as the wood line is depleted. I apparently am building a house on the berries. Anyway, I'm just sort of doing that. So basically, it's sort of like a building unit hybrid. This thing can garrison in the TC, actually. Or in a fortified church once you get those. Speaking of which, I think the goal should be here for me to get to Castle Age, so we can build the... We can build the fortified church as well. I think I've found some more food, yeah. See all this stuff. Not to green. Ah, damn it. Green is an ally though, so it's okay. Can I force drop? Oh, I can. It's a bit gimmicky because if you accidentally select this thing, it starts moving around too. That can be annoying, but in principle, yes, you can force drop. Pretty sure you can also put shorefish in, except I don't see any good shorefish nearby right now. Let's grab feudal. And you can collect different resources. Villagers depending on where you build it, might end up going to resource that wasn't the one you wanted them to. Let's watch and see if this moves to the next year after this one is depleted. That could be interesting. Like, they're gonna run over there. The cart is ignoring it. Okay. That's... I mean, you can shift queue it and say, alright, go to the boar next, go to that deer next, go to the gold, and then go to the shorefish maybe or something. Oh, I lost my villager. Okay, let's build another one of these carts because we can, honestly. Like, let's say we wanted it on a good wood line, say, down here. We'd probably do that. It's interesting, but also will take getting used to, I'd say. That's probably a fair assessment. Like, here now the thing is moved to the board because I shift queued it. These guys are going to move to that because they're currently still hunters. Okay, so once they're done, let's have these guys hunt the boar while I build something. It's feudal. We don't need another mule cart. I guess we build an actual mill. We want farms meant. I don't know if farmers can drop off. The description suggests that they can't. So they probably can't. But now we can also get these upgrades. And for Armenians, these techs are a bit more effective than usual. All of the eco upgrades at the mule cart. Those upgrades are a bit better than you'd normally be used to. Grab all this stuff and scout out our lake some more. Okay, we need another building. Take a market, yeah. Check again if any games are happening. No. Let's speed up the process here. Get to Castle Age. Alright, so these guys have stopped. I had queued this guy up here. Oh, the gold miner! He's chasing the cart. Oh. Kill the bear, please. It's a bit finicky. I think the hitbox for this thing is kind of big. Can I block? Can I push deer with it? Do some more testing. But there's definitely potential. Like, it's just a mobile drop-off point. This is quite good. You could even use it to lame or something, maybe. Go chop some more wood. Alright. Like, if I queue just all of this stuff up, like, I could go... If I just queued up like this, it would probably... I mean, the numbers are a bit off, but it would probably track the locations really closely. Which is quite cool. That... I think I'll test it. I think they can't deliver to it, but we might as well test it. That would be a good thing to know. So the farmer as such can't deliver the food unless I... Like, she has 4 food. If I turn her into a hunter, then she can deliver the food. but she can't deliver it while she's a farmer.
Yes, Berg, Havakem.
Okay. Then... we don't need random villagers on food. Let's build our fortified church, which replaces the monastery. We also need to find a relic. There seems to be one down here and one here. We should get a free relic as well. We'll see that. Alright, she's delivering the food all the way back here. So yeah, you can't use it for farms.
Yes, patrastem.
Oi! Oh, it's a dungeon. Whatever. I'm more interested in how these arrows will go, and then we're going to upgrade it at the blacksmith too. We can also, since this is an infantry civ, we might as well get some infantry upgrades. Probably get some line of sight, some wheelbarrow. Cutting update. Get more wood. Go mine gold. Actually, go mine gold up here. Okay, so this thing shoots because it has a relic in it. If I take the relic out, it'll stop shooting. And we won't have a way to put it back in because I don't have anything that can carry it. Yet. Create a warrior priest. Create a couple warrior priests. They are affected by monk upgrades, except they can't convert, so only things that... They probably are affected by this. Which means I should send some villagers on... You know, we can build another one of these mule carts. Alright, so this guy should be able to put the relic back inside. Probably steal this relic, bring it back. Steal this relic, bring it back. I also want to see if the range upgrade, I don't think it applies. But this is more of a defensive thing rather than something you can use offensively, I think. Although, who knows? Oh, I have a relic. There's a relic here. Also, let's ungarrison the villagers. Steal the gold. Move. Probably should have some people on food though, so let's... I wonder if wheelbarrow makes this thing faster. Yeah. If you want to see anything specific, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just mess around. Take this. Let's not. Oh. Old chef mining. Alright. These will, they have +1/+1 currently. 80 HP. So now if I get Sanctity, let's see if they get more HP. And I'll also research +1 attack for them. Ah, there's a castle. That's a nuisance. We should probably get a castle. So they can heal as well. Let's see if I need something to heal. Let's, like, there were some villagers here. I'm gonna send this guy to heal my boilers. See if that works. They're fairly expensive. Let's actually see. Did they get more HP? They did. So they should move 15% faster if I do that. They can't convert, so that doesn't help. That. Let's get some more of these guys. See an issue. Right. So we could move all of this stuff to a new place if we wanted a different resource. Like we could go here and say, alright, hunt. And our mobile drop site will move along. This didn't get any extra range, by the way, from fletching. But I like this. I like this fortified church. That's a very cool thing. Give them some more armor. I think we're gonna spam these guys out. Drop some food. Alright. You know what? Move our drop site here. There's another relic down there. Do you think I can finagle stealing that one? Maybe. There's also one here, but there's a castle in the way. We're gonna have to deal with the castle first. Let's just get 1,000,000 of these warrior monks, honestly. Warrior priests. And buy some food. Oh yeah, we got our castle. So this is basically a ship bonus. Grab some more sheep. Ooh, we do have a transport ship. I said garrison, yeah. I could also, I mean, this building isn't expensive. I could just build multiple fortified churches. They don't shoot arrows, though, unless they're garrisoned, right? It's really more of a defensive thing. Alright, let's get anything more. Get attack for them as well. Let's see if they can take down a castle if I have enough of them. I also have the composite bowmen. Actually, I should probably add some siege. We want our relic victory to work here. There's another relic there. Alright. And one there. Probably can't steal that, but who cares? What are we? We're not gathering any wood, is that the issue? Yeah. But I can just, you know, grab a bunch of gold miners. Put them here. See if this guy will heal. Let's watch him actually, see if he actually heals. Let's go on the offensive with some of these units. Alright, so if he just stands here, he's gonna heal, yeah. With a cross. Alright. At this point, with +2 pierce armor, it's not bad. I want one ram. Do anything else to make them stronger. How do I have nobody on food? I just get some. Alright, so he's healed them all up. I see the issue. Find some new food.
Yes, miss for some.
I like this. I mean, it might be would have been more suited maybe for a nomadic civ, like Huns or Mongols or something like that. So how's the pierce armor on these guys? Not the worst, except I am just bringing this relic to the guy's monastery right now, which is not great. And he has one in there too. Alright, let's see what we can do. Can I garrison them in there? I can? Alright. Let's see what happens here. See if they have murder holes. Alright guys, don't be silly. Do some healing? See if we can out-heal all of this. Not really. They're not bad.
Wood, please.
No, sir. They're expensive, of course, but this is a fun unit to play with. Let's go dungeon? Oh. Just go raid something like that wood line over there. Can I heal and save him? No, I can't. The healing is not particularly fast. That's more of a sort of long-term thing. Probably you might want to actually mix it with monks or something. It's fun though. Is there anything else I should try out here? I guess the Imp Tech gives them more heal speed. That's fair. I could try the Composite Bowman. It's basically just an armor piercing, you know what, I know what. Let's do it. We can also get some more infantry upgrades that I should have gotten earlier. Now these guys, I mean... It is nice to have them heal up. Not gonna deny that. See if we can annoy someone else with this. Like we just like go attack a dock or them here on defensive stance. You can put them on stand ground, I think, to force them to heal, otherwise they prioritize attacking. What I've been told. Do we get some Composite Bowmen? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. And then... let's, cheat a bit. I guess I should have gotten a barracks, I didn't. Because then they probably move faster and do more damage to buildings, which would be useful to have. Plus, oh yeah, we get all this stuff an age earlier, don't we? Let's queue up the infantry upgrades. Alright, let's see how they do against camels. Not terrible, honestly. I mean, they will all die here, but they also have +2 line of sight. Like, this is super geared towards infantry.
Yes, je reviens.
Wood, please.
I think berries work, it's just farms not. Oh, it's because I'm sitting on so much wood. You know what? No. No, collect your own wood. There's plenty of wood. Let's spam out a couple more of these. We're gonna need pop space, so... Castle. So they ignore armor. We'll go to Imp and then we'll see what damage we can do with this hodgepodge army of random units. Just get an archery range too for... We get thumb ring? We do not get thumb ring. We'd get ballistics though. Yeah, that's what I was fearing. Okay. What can we do that will actually help our warrior priests here? Monks, convert. Nothing. Okay. can get armor for them. Oh, ballistics, right. We should have built a... Let's see what the Wonder... That's what the Wonder looks like.
Yes, as I
Yes,
skarucanem.
patrastem. Yes, uzzaj
There we go, we can build the
skarucanem.
university. Ah. So this... At this point, this army should be quite good. Guys ignoring armor. These guys healing everything up. Let's... Okay. Spam out more of them. Ah, my castle's not done yet. More houses.
Բարև ձեզ, տերիմ
Ayo,
թակավոր։
terim takabor. Barevces terim takabor.
It's you accidentally end up selecting the mule card a lot. That's not so not so good, but it's still quite useful otherwise. So, alright, conscription is a good thing to have. Infantry 30 HP, sure. Strengthens castles, yeah. So let's get the TC. See if these guys can just straight up take down the TC. If I go here, I got Arson. We'll back them up here. Still feel slow. How are we doing on this?
Gold, please.
I'll steal the relic. Actually, no. Rams can go on aggressive stance, take out that, take out that, take out that. I want that relic. There we go. It's a bit deceptive because you get the range indicator even when it's not going to fire anything. Oh, these are allied. Can I heal allied ones? I assume I can. Like if I need to... Ah, I can heal allied units, yeah. Okay, warrior priests. It's relic stealing time. Even just the gold. Why can I not move them? Oh, you can't move two of them at once? That's interesting. Oh, you can. Okay. Even just the extra gold from immediately having that relic in there means you basically have to build one of these when you get to Castle Age. Get free relic. Or you definitely should, at least. Let's see, what else can we research that might be interesting here? Sure, we'll get some upgrades. Murder holes? It probably apply. I don't know if this has a minimum range even. If it does murder holes, probably get rid of it.
Հրամանք ձերք, տերիմ թակավոր։
Build. No, let's build more warrior monks, honestly. Warrior priests.
Ես ուզայ սկարուցանեմ։
What was that? Someone was pinging? Alright, how are we doing here? Alright, let's go wipe out red. Yeah, no, I don't know, they're not that tanky. Got cap rams in for the castle. See, do we get... build a couple more cap drams. Sappers? Don't really need that. We could get spies, since I cheated and got myself a bunch of gold.
Ուզայս կառուցանեմ։
Do we need anything else? Basically, I'm not using them for monks. I'm just... Let's take a look at these stats, actually. They have... At this point, they have 125 HP, 11 plus 4. Those are pretty tanky stats, I feel. Okay, we got yellow. They're pretty solid. There is also the thing about the galley line fires 2 projectiles. I don't know. I guess I can make a galley. Maybe we'll see it fire a projectile if I send it over here. Oh! Camels down here? I'll steal those. They only heal when there's nothing for them to attack. Or if I made them stand ground, well, they'd still attack because they're right next to a TC. So we're gonna have to take a look at Georgians next. Or I see if a game is getting started. There we go. A return to map. Wow, I don't get an achievement because I cheated. It's fine. I know, I like the Civ. It is definitely a strong infantry Civ. Ooh! This is interesting. Oh no, it only applies to militia line. Still useful. I was wondering if it would apply to our... Where are they? Here we go, warrior priests. 125 HP. How does that stack up? It's I mean, I guess it's just the cost. You're paying 60 gold for them. Wow. Your militia line is only 20 gold. That's fair. So the other Civ that's new is the Georgians. Oh, you start with a mule cart. Ooh. Let's try that, yeah. Also, this is a perfect rectangle again now, which is nice. So yeah, fortified churches make villagers, basically provide the villager work rate buff in a radius. Alright, you receive less damage from elevation. Cavalry regen... Okay, 5 HP a minute is nothing, but it's sort of like a passive heal. Towers fire arrows that pierce multiple units. Some of these mechanics might be interesting to look at in detail. Buildings cost fewer resources to repair. That's also a very nice team bonus. So here we start with the cart under the TC. I assume actually on Nomad what happens. Let's try it on Nomad. Let's try it on Nomad. Where are we? So of course now my units are all scattered like crazy.
Get you ars. Vikm.
Scout. I think we build a TC somewhere here.
იყოს დღეი მარჯვეი. კეთილ არს, კეთილ არს. დაუყენებლად.
Good enough for me. I will build a base in this location.
აღმაშენებელი. რას აღბრძანებთ? აღმაშენებელი.
So you don't get the cart immediately, although it would be a really cool thing on custom maps to give this meal cart on Nomad. Like, there's definitely some potential there. Other civs can't research economy upgrades, but they can still use it as a drop-off point. Like, that's a very cool unit to have. Not sure I can get through here, honestly. Do I have a transport ship? Get over here. Alright, let's bring these to my ally. Okay, so if I build this on Nomad, we can speed up the game a bit. We want to see stuff. Could I build a mule cart immediately? I mean, on Nomad normally you build a dock, but you know, you could just find like some random resources somewhere and build a mule cart. Say, you know what, I found a gazelle somewhere, you build one of these, hunt it with a couple villagers. Like, this is a cool mechanic. It's just too bad some of the, like, historically nomadic civs don't get it. I actually wanted you to get food. Instead. So I get a free one of them. Okay, okay. You can also use it to scout as well. Is he now? Alright. Okay, so let's get another Dark Age building. Mule card. What's it actually? Defensive and cavalry. So we don't have ARB. Infantry looks pretty good. Cavalry looks alright. Siege looks decent. I guess it's cavalry because of, yeah. This is interesting. Become stronger when other ones are nearby. Almost infantry with his pikemen. So that could be the game plan here, to build these guys. And test this thing with the fortified churches and work rate. Yeah, okay, we'll go cavalry this time around. Yeah. I need a dock location. Although, I don't need a dock location. I need to build a dock anyway. I need to build one for... just for the future. Move this cart. Go find stuff for me. So if I went here, would I have a villager gather the shorefish? Loom. A couple more things while we wait for that to build. Alright, so I could get to feudal. Good. I can... This fisher woman can probably... No. Oh. Okay, so fisher, it's only hunters. It really is only hunters. I could turn her into a hunter. But that gets tedious quickly, yeah. So if I told her to do that... No, if I told her to do that, then she could deliver the fish. Okay. It is... I could send it around, though, to, you know, patches of deer and such. Okay, so that's... Where else can we send it? Look, we could put it here for the berries. I think that works, right? Does it? Oh no, it doesn't work. Okay, I'd have to change... That's... Okay, well... For the boars. We have so much food here, it's perfect for cavalry. This ship is stuck. I never even built another house. Rip.
იყოს დღეი მარჯვეი.
აღმაშეინებელი.
I'll get line of sight. It's useful. And we're gonna want.
რასახ ბრძანებთ?
Well, we want to go into a cab, so we need that. Get a blacksmith.
აღმაშეინებელი.
კეთილ არს დაუყენებლად ხარ.
And I think
შემკრებელი.
start getting food. The meal cart's only useful if you have somewhere to actually gather from. I guess I'd put it on a wood line. That's what you'd actually do, is you put it on a wood line to start out with. You know, you can even task it to the wood line.
იყოს დღეი მარჯვეი.
We want to get to Castle Age quickly, we go like that. We could get boars. Oh, I guess we can scout a bit more with this thing.
რასახ
I mean, it's not
ბრძანებთ?
terribly expensive. You could even just use it as a scout of sorts. I mean, this one costs. No, it was the Armenian ones that cost less.
მზა არს დაუყენებლად შემკრებელი.
იყოს აღმაშეინებლად მაშინვე. კეთილ არს. ვიქ მონადირე.
Do I just get my ally to sling me? Yes, we do. Uh-huh. Where's the give me your extra resources?
Give me your extra resources.
Build a market, you fool.
იყოს დღეი მარჯვეი. ხარ.
კეთილ არს აღმაშენებელი.
მზა არს. რასახ შემკრებელი.
რასახ ბრძანებთ? აღმაშენებელი.
I mean, in a pinch, you can just use scout with them, yeah. Alright. Right. We are getting sidetracked with economy management when I had a game plan here. I think it's time to cheat again. I will do that. I can already get upgrades.
მზა არს
Just
აღმაშენებელი.
that one should do. Yeah.
კეთილ არს აღმაშენებელი.
Right. What do we need to oh, we need to build a fort. Yeah, we need to build fortified churches to test this thing with the work rate. Like that might work. That might stack on farms. Oh, they have to be within 10 tile radius, so probably you find like a resource-rich clump. Like here or something, and then you have both of these covered by the work rate. Or you say there are a lot of wood lines. Maybe just
რასახ
you build one right
ბრძანებთ?
here for that. For the wood and the gold. Elevation, that's just a bonus, you know, take advantage of elevation when you have it. Defensive buildings. We should test, not with towers, we should test if TCs count as defensive buildings, or if the fortified
იყოს დღეი მარჯვეი.
churches count as defensive buildings. I will build a tower anyway, though, just
აღმაშენებელი.
for testing purposes.
Rasach bezahlt.
Alright, so the idea with the fortified church, and it doesn't show the radius, you just sort of have to assume it. If I plopped it here, 10 tile radius, if I wanted it on the gold.
აღმა შეინებელი.
Oh, now we do get a double radius. Okay. Okay. Good.
Zaars.
And if we have towers, well, we should get a castle anyway.
Აღმაშენებელი.
იყოს დღემარჯვენე.
Get a university to test the stuff there.
შეინებელი.
Cav upgrades. 5+1. Okay, it doesn't have. This one doesn't spawn with a relic in it, so it won't shoot arrows. However, it does provide a work rate bonus, probably to these villagers. If I go mine gold here now, that should, or wood here, that should be in that work rate area. Okay, okay. What else do we need to test out that's interesting? Cavalry, buildings, repairing, Basically, we should build cavalry, maybe some towers, with the tech afterwards. Was it the mule carts here? You start with one. Okay, no other bonus than mule carts other than you get a free one at the beginning. Which, to be fair, is, 100 wood savings, so nothing to scoff at. What's my ally doing? He's... Alright. Good. This defensive buildings receive +2 attack. So currently these are at 11 +2. All of them have +2 because of the archery range upgrade they have. So if I now do this, we'll see which ones it applies to. So let's do that.
Rasach bezahlt. Შემკრებელი.
Yeah, whatever.
ვიქმ.
What else do I need to test here? I mean, I guess we could just, you would build them. They are only 200 wood, so you could just build them for your economy. It doesn't give you the square until you have the foundation, though. It doesn't give you the influence range. It's a bit further than the arrow range would be. Okay, so we have +2 attack on this, +2 attack on this, and it theoretically pierces, whatever that means. You can hit multiple targets, I suppose. The church gets +2 attack, and the town center as well. Okay, so that's an all-encompassing +2 attack bonus. Alright, I think we need to try the piercing tower. So where can we put it? There's a castle being built here by an enemy. That's a nuisance. What we're gonna do is
იყოს დღემარჯვენე.
chop our way through this wood here. And then
კეთილ არს.
drop a tower there to test that. Go for the range with the cavalry upgrades. Description is good. Cavalry units take less population space. Sure. These guys become stronger when others are nearby, so we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at that feature specifically, because that's the interesting thing. Okay, so these villagers could now build me a tower here, and we want to see it pierce units. Turn it into a keep as well, if we have keep. We do have keep. Perfect. Get all the upgrades for these towers. I want to see pierce. Currently there's nothing to pierce. Alright, we're gonna have to pierce these guys here.
Ethyl Ars. Vikm.
Oh yeah, I think... I mean, it's hard to say now because we're shooting multiple arrows. Maybe I should ungarrison. That's a mechanic that someone's gonna have to look at in detail. Interesting. Okay, so these guys get stronger when they're near other ones. What does that actually mean? If I move away, does the attack go lower? It does! Look at that! The attack increases when it's near others. Okay. Nice. That's a really unique feature.
Zaars.
Here... Pierce... I mean, the other way to read Pierce could be that it ignores armor, but I don't think that's what's meant. I think it's meant to be like a Scorpion Bolt. I think that's going to require some dedicated scenario editor testing. It does look like it's sort of shooting through it and still hitting it, if that makes sense. Alright. Villagers go do something. Just spam a bunch of these and overrun everyone. I guess we can even get arrow slits for extra strong towers. Get another castle here. Ooh, we could also take a look at what the wonder looks like. So, here's our wonder. We're likely not going to finish it, but... Do I need to get any other things? I need to investigate anything else. Let's see what damage we can do with these guys. We don't get Paladin, do we? I just suspect not. Yeah. Still, I mean, the cavalry regenerates even. 15 an imp. Let's see how significant that is in a moment. Tower is holding its own. Okay, so if we watch these guys here, then we should... They are slowly healing. Hey, hey. We can change the style of the cliffs. Well, you can change the color. You can have the brown cliffs, white cliffs, or gray cliffs. You can't change anything else about cliffs, unfortunately. It's just like on a desert map, you can now have the cliffs actually match. I mean, they always have to make the new civs a bit OP, however, you have to keep in mind, I cheated myself basically infinite resources, and I'm playing against the standard AI. So, it's not really fair to judge based on that. I think it's worth updating any maps that do have cliffs on them, if they're desert maps or snowy maps. I'll be doing that. And the extra yurts could be nice. I think this mule card is actually the most interesting thing for map scripts, because you can give it to other civilizations. They can't research economy text from it, but they can use it. They can use it to drop off resources and mobile drop-off points. Like, that could be cool to give on Nomad maps, or just in general to give that as a starting unit. So, if I remember correctly, actually, it benefits from, oh, we don't have architecture or anything here, okay. Never mind. Any questions? I have to take a look. So, cliffs we talked about. If you convert one, can you use it? Sure. I think so. Although I'm not... It requires redemption. I'm pretty sure, because it's basically a building. I would need to test it, but... I'm pretty sure... I mean, it's essentially... It receives building upgrades. Pretty sure you need redemption for it. You can't convert the fortified church because it's a monastery and you can't convert monasteries. That I have no idea if it affects cliff objects. I don't think so, because it's actually each cliff object is one orientation. Each individual cliff object is one orientation. It's not in the data. Maybe that's the issue. Although I could double check that. Let's just overrun someone here to finish this off. And since we have unlimited resources. That was always possible, but I mean, it's super finicky because each segment is like a tiny piece. Mule Start is definitely something that has potential. We got red. Where's yellows? Oh, my ally defeated him. Nice. If I rotate... You said set facet doesn't work for cliffs? Are you sure it doesn't? I feel like it might, although, to be fair, I've never tried it. Also, I've just managed to make these invisible. What was it? Control... S? No. Control... Wait a minute. I don't like Control S. Load scenario. Do I now have invisible cliffs on it? Bah! I need to unbind that. Maybe I won't unbind that for now. Then it's gotta be... Was it Alt? Alt G? No, that's the grid. Alt S? There's a way to make the selection outlines visible for this stuff. I don't want invisible cliffs here. They are under terrain, under cliffs, yeah. I'm upset. How does this thing work with a... Is it Alt-O? No. Alt-O. How do you get the selection outlines for things in the scenario editor? I don't remember. Ah, well. Anyway, these are nice to have. Nice to have the classic Cliff style. Alt-S. Yeah, it's not doing anything, though. Control S was save. I did that before. That's not it. No idea. Don't remember what it was. Anyway, we have this new stuff. I made a short YouTube video as well where I just basically showed this scenario. If you weren't here earlier when we looked at Armenians, the warrior priests can carry relics and can heal. But if you don't, you can't, if you're making a map script, don't give them the fortified church object, give them a monastery. Because if this is placed as an object, or if it's placed in the scenario editor, it can't be used. Actually, what we could do, let's pull up some info again, right? Because I have info. So, have info there. And then let's pull up Advanced Genie Editor. There we go. And take a look at this stuff. I've never placed cliffs as objects. I've always placed them as cliffs. So what it does, I can show you what it does with the fortified church. If I place a monastery, and then I change my civilization to one of the new ones, it turns into a fortified thing. And if I change back to anything else, so that's what happens. It's sort of like the mill and full work situation, I'd say. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the new units are starting at Gazella's new Droman, Composite Bowman, Elite Composite Bowman, the Monaspas. I pronounced it wrong before. No, if you give each player a fortified church, no one will be able to use it, not even Georgians and Armenians. They might be able to garrison in it, but they can't research any monastery texts or train anything from it. Actually, I tested that. I think I still have a test script for that. Let me check. Fortified church. Yeah, let's do that. We'll give a fortified church and a monastery. Give me a sec. I have too many windows open. Monastery. Good. We'll hide this for now again to give us more view of the screen. Yeah, I did test that stuff because there's some intricacies there. Test. Fine. We only need 2 players. We want to start in Castle Age. So if you place one of these things, Even though, okay, we're starting Dark Age for some reason. Did I not say Castle Age? I thought I said Castle Age. I said Ending Age. Okay, my mistake. So, all visible. Snowy Rocks would have been cool. So, if I place a fortified church... Now I'm really confused. What? Why do I have a monastery? No, that's not what I wanted. In any case, despite the fact that I placed a fortified church, I can't do anything with it other than garrison in it. This is weird. I'm 100% sure I tried this before. Do I have some sort of weird setting on? Castle Age Georgians. Let's try with Armenians again. Oh, it's a Gaia one! Sorry. Alright. Let me hide this and show you guys what I have as code. No, let's unhide that again. Nope. Nope, it's being silly. Oh, come on. Fine, we won't do that. But anyway, I'll fix my code. I don't want a Gaia object. That's why we're getting a monastery. If I change it to not being a Gaia monastery that I place... Actually, let's... give me a second. Okay, that should work. Now if I do that, perfect. So that's kind of what we're doing here. I will restart. So now we have one of them that works, that's the one that I place as a monastery, and one of them that doesn't, and that's the one that I placed as a fortified church. So they need to have a monastery. And, you know, I can research stuff with my mule cart. Now, if I switch civilizations and play as something else, then I end up with a fortified church that I can also not do anything with other than garrison it. So the object exists, but you can place it as you can place it and people can garrison in it, but it can't be used as a monastery if placed. Yeah, that's interesting. Like if if you want to give them, if you don't want them to have a fortified church, they can have a monastery if it's placed as Gaia and they capture it. Which is actually really interesting because can they train the warrior? Let's try this one more time. See if they can train the unique unit from it. You don't get, if you start with a monastery or fortified church, you don't get the free relic inside of it. And if you build a new one after already owning one, you also don't get a relic inside of it. So you can, it basically just functions as expected. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, that are artifact classes. If I upgrade it from the Rock Church, you mean? Could try that. Upgrade unit. What's the syntax I need for this? Probably like... Is the Rock Church I need to look this up. Give me a second. Unless you have unless you have it ready for me to copy over. See what I can find out. Rock Church is 1378. Define. 1378. I also need to check. So upgrade unit. Effects. Upgrade unit. Unit ID. Let me just copy it from somewhere where I've done something like this. Upgrade. Bring wild horse into wild animal type. Okay. Rock church into fortified church. Then we're gonna have to define. Make sure this actually exists. We don't want to define it. We want to do const. I did something like that. And then we placed a rock church for every player. Sure, I mean for every player, that's fine. Let's see what happens. This building cannot be attacked. What? So this convert. Let's see if I can steal the. Actually, I need one in the center. I need a Gaia one, actually. That's what I need. What I. I need something like that. Try this. So as such, it's a fortified church for Gaia at the moment. I'm playing as Armenians, so theoretically I should be able to use fortified churches, but in reality I can only use monasteries that become fortified churches.
Yes, as I skarutsanem.
Ah, did I miss something here? Apparently, upgrade. I need. Do I need set building capturables? I upgraded it though from the rock. I can try the trade workshop instead. What's this? Let's see. Okay. Where were we? I'll try it with the trade workshop, But I mean, that's... Do I need to do Gaia? But it should... It is upgrading it, after all. If I don't upgrade it, we should have the actual rock church sitting there. If I did... that... And then if I send my speedy cart over there... Is it not supposed to be convertible? What am I doing wrong here? I mean, I can do, you know, I can set that it. What about the special trade workshop? What if I use that instead? Hmm. It is. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I can do Gaia upgrade unit, but we're not upgrading it right now, so that's not the issue. I could do set building capturable. Maybe something's changed with the way artifact classes work. Actually, I know what we can test. Isn't there, what's it called, Aftermath. Do 4 players. Alright. So these things should convert, right? See what happens. Okay, so far so good. That works. No idea. Because I'm in Castle Age, and my walls have more HP. That's why. That's probably why. That shouldn't... Okay, so... If I try the trade workshop instead, let me figure out. Trade workshop. Not the Castle Age trade workshop, not the Imperial, used in Battle Royale. 1647, right? That's the one I should be using. We do that. What? No, where's the trade workshop? Oh, min distance to players 50. There's probably no room if we have 4 players on the map. There. 2 players. Or I'm blue. Alright. Okay. So, next test, we upgrade the not actually rock church. I don't know what's wrong with the rock church. But that's a thing for a different day. You can do, well, in Battle Royale, you're supposed to be able to use them to adjust your economy. I mean, at this point, it just cosmetically looks like a fortified church. But I could. It's also giving me the resource. No, it's not giving me the resource trickle. But, I don't know, fortified market? Could be something. If you tell me a specific custom map that uses the rock church, I can go test that and see if it still works.
Բարև ձեզ,
Ես
Տեր իմ
հանք փորեմ։
թագավոր։
Definitely some interesting stuff happening, though. Anyway, anything else you want me to look at? Like the set facet stuff for Cliff, honestly, I'd say just try it yourself. I think you can place the individual Cliff objects because they exist as they have their own IDs. And at that point, you might be able to rotate them, but I've never tried to place Cliffs as individual objects. Alright, fine, I'll try it. I'll try it. Well, so here we need something like test 2. Fonts, test 2. We'll just pick some sort of random cliff. Doesn't really matter. Cliff Snow 01, we'll try that one. 1858. Start by doing that, see if we can place it at all. Uh-huh. Did I pick the wrong ID? Maybe. 1858. Oh, I'm still placing rock churches. Fine, okay, that's fine. Alright, I mean, yeah, sure, you can place them as objects. And then you wanted set facet, so... Like, you'd have to be super precise about it. But in principle, yes. You can place each individual cliff segment and rotate it properly. You can also place invisible ones, probably, if you find the right facet for that. Uh-huh. What if I try something here? R&D 1 to 16. Don't have to constantly change it. We can just see if we get. Actually, we need to figure out which. We need to figure this out. So, if I just place a cliff, like just a normal cliff piece like that, and then we rotate it. One of the frames is invisible. Okay, I guess I just have to figure it out. Let's try 18. I don't think it has that many frames. You could use you could use these things without. You have to. They're not passable. You could also block off part of the map with them, or you could use them as snowy rocks. Or normal rocks. You don't have to use the snow ones particularly. You could just use normal cliffs as well. The interesting use case, though, actually is when they're invisible. If I can figure out which rotation that is. No. I thought that was the first one. Oh no, we're way okay, 25. I could also open the sprite and actually figure it out. 25, 26. Might have to do that. Yeah, that was that not identical to the one that we just had? With like a flat topped part and yeah, okay, so we don't have quite that many. 22. Yeah. 23. Yeah, so if you do 24, you can make invisible cliffs, so you can block off part of the map. If you wanted to have brown on the minimap and have an area not be passable, maybe because it's, you know, like if we did, you know, DLC black, and then we said terrain to place on DLC black, and we said, you know, 5,000 objects. And then we got rid of, you know, this.
Ordini.
Giusto.
Sì.
Va bene.
Immediatamente.
Sì,
Sì, immediatamente. Va
See if we can.
bene.
Do they still impart attack bonuses? No idea. You'd have to test that. Although I'd assume they do, because why not?
Giusto.
You'd have to place them more densely, though, if you really want to block off an area, then. But in principle, yeah, you can place cliffs as objects. You could also, yeah, you could reduce, you could, like, there's stuff you can do with it, because you can set the rotation now with a facet. And you have the option to use snowy ones or the deserty ones. I did 50,000. Okay, I guess they're not completely dense. Okay, let's go more like that. Get rid of that. Change this back to grass. And not have the invisible one, but just don't set a facet. I mean, if you want to know about the attack, it's a bit hard. Okay, that's okay. We do set, see if we can get like a straight line one where it's obvious what the top and the bottom is. You wanted to know if they impart an attack bonus, so on a Temple of Heaven, I actually just want like a watchtower. Might not be, it's probably only doing 1 damage per shot. Is that the issue? That's a bad example. The watchtower isn't doing enough damage. And it has 7 pierce armor. Find a different unit. Outpost. Sure, I'll do that. That's doing. I mean, this one's doing 5 damage per shot. This one's doing 5 damage per shot. I would argue that this is at the top of a cliff and this is at the bottom. Although, isn't the... It's only a one-way bonus for cliffs, right? Is it that they take less damage? Here, that it's clearly they're both doing. Let me try something else. Am I getting something mixed up here? What if I move? We swap our positions around. Well, it seems there doesn't seem to be an attack bonus happening here. Bottom line. Anything else you want me to look at? Cliffs don't affect elevation, but they do... They do give... Let me make sure I say it the right way. They give an attack bonus to units attacking from above, or a debuff from attacking from below. They don't do both, but they do one of the two. Ships can get cliff bonuses, yeah. I need to... Give me a second. I'm gonna Google this. Cliff. Okay, there's actually no wiki page for this, but it is a thing. I have it written down somewhere. Elevation connection, not before connection, cliff generation. Cliffs provide a combat bonus to units shooting from the top of a cliff. Yeah, so they get 25% more damage, but the units below don't take increased damage from being low, while elevation does it both ways. I mean, ships get hill bonuses, so I don't see why they shouldn't get cliff bonuses too. That's something that can be tested as well. We're delving into this stuff. This might be a good map for snowy cliffs. Where do we want to do our test? Of course it runs away. Which you can clearly see the one at the bottom has taken more damage already. Hey. Although this is a very niche situation that you don't usually run into. I think, yeah, maybe the AI was doing that, or it wanted to... I thought it was going to join the fight, but I think it was that. It was taking the fight that it knew it could win and not taking the fight that it was going to lose. Or was deciding to scout with the other ship or something. Just for fun, too, if I did... Just to show how the cliff thing works. If I'd go to wherever I have cliff generation. Where is it? Terrains, objects, cliffs. I'd go to... I still have to add this to the syntax. Cliff type. And then I have to check what it's called. CT snow. If I did that... And then we generate the map. We have snowy cliffs. There's actually one more thing. Actually, we already saw that. If you're going to use snowy cliffs, then you probably want to make sure to replace any cliff terrain underneath with snow so you don't have weird patches of grass sitting around. Yeah. I think I will go through and... I don't even have that many maps that have cliffs on them, but those that do and that are snowy or desert, I'll definitely be changing the cliffs. Or those maps that have multiple seasons, I'll have it adjust. So for the official maps, a whole row of them were updated to, like the official seasons file was updated to have a little thing to check for cliffs. It's not here. Where is it? Resources, common, DRS. They updated F Seasons Inc. where different seasons will then specify the respective cliff type to use, and then the maps will adjust accordingly. So if we generate not one of these, but an official map, like we need something that actually has cliffs. Baltic, go. If it's snowy, then you'll get snowy cliffs. But if it's not snowy, you won't get snowy cliffs. Don't know if Baltic generates desert. Let's try Arabia. Arabia I already checked before it does. If you get the desert, you'll get the desert cliffs. Yeah. Does that apply to cliff objects? The avoiding cliffs? Well, we could check. Create object gold. A huge number of them. Need a facet. What is it? Avoid cliff zone. That's what it is. Avoid. And yes, it would appear that they avoid cliff objects, as one might expect. I mean, after all, it works the same way with straggler trees and forests. They count as the same thing when avoiding forests. Anything else we should look at? Otherwise, I think I'm going to call it a night in a moment. I mean, now that you can have different colors of cliffs, there's definitely potential to do more with them. And also where you can choose the rotation with facets, yeah. Right, let me close this again. Pull this up. Let me just quickly check the things that we had here. Yeah, so you have your new cliff types. You basically just do no cliff type. Granted, it's a default, so you don't even need to bother. But if you want to do one of the other ones, I don't think you can have multiple cliff types on the same map unless you place them as objects. You won't be able to do that if you place them as cliffs. Yeah, fortified church. If you spawn it as a fortified, like it's as an object, there's not that much you can do with it. If you have a map that doesn't have any relics in it, I'll note this down somewhere for later use. But you have to disable this technology to prevent Armenians from being able to get a relic win if playing standard victory. Mule cart is quite interesting. That could be fun on nomad starts, or generally as an interesting thing to give as a starting unit. It does. It does. That was a question, and I did test that as well. If there's a relic victory ongoing, you can build it and interrupt that. Like if your opponents have a relic victory ongoing. If you haven't built any yet until that point, because it only applies to the first one. It does update the number required to get a relic victory. Like for free-for-alls, you can basically prevent your opponent. If you play Armenians, you can just you can prevent your opponent from getting a relic victory, period. Because you can just build it whenever and you'll be controlling one of the possible relics on the map, and as long as your base doesn't get completely destroyed, there's no chance of you losing all of them. Capture the relic spawns you with a monastery at the start, And if you spawn with the monastery or with a fortified church, then it doesn't have a relic inside it. So there's only one in the middle. Even if you could build one, you wouldn't get a relic because you already have one to start out with. You already have a monastery to start out with. Or a fortified church. I tested that. That's... Possibly there's some weird stuff that might happen in Battle Royale with monasteries if you convert one of the Gaia ones. Probably not, though, because you're not building it. You might be able to train your warrior priest or something. I didn't test that. There are a bunch of balance changes, but honestly, like, all the other streamers and YouTubers will be going over that. So there's probably no need for me to really go into detail. I sort of looked at the tech trees for both of the new civs. The only other one that's a big change is Persians, where they get a unique paladin replacement. Yeah. And some new techs here. And new effects. Cavalry generate gold when killing military units is new. I think Parthian tactics in Castle Age is new. And citadels. Yeah, I mean this is... Yeah, Persians get a bit of a rework here. Actually, I can just scan the list of balance changes if there's any others that I should mention. I mean, there are some minor things. Skirmishers, janitors are getting a bit of a buff versus spears. Battle elephants move faster. Monks can't as easily interrupt building. Can't interrupt villagers as easily anymore. And you also can't charge up conversions on a building and then instantly convert a unit that runs in. Minor changes. Yeah, I mean, there's just... Persians is the one that had the biggest changes. Other changes... War Elephant does more damage to buildings now. Automatically gets the Mahout's speed increase. Yeah. Ooh, Saracens. Saracens will get some buffs too. What are they? That are interesting. Their monks passively heal units that are nearby. Yeah. Anyway, I am going to call it a night. I'll save this as a VOD. If you want to scroll back and look at the stuff I said at the beginning. And I still have access to this in the coming days, so there's always the option to do another stream, or if you have any questions, I can check out stuff later. Yeah, I think that's everything. Let me put over an overlay. Bam! There we go. Overlay. Have a good night, everyone.